Okay, when we are writing a thesis for paper 2, the key things is you need to include, so thesis, paper 2. I'm going to assume you already know what a thesis is. So the thesis, you need to include both authors' names. And then you need to answer the prompt. And then you need to summarize the author's choice.
Author's choice.
Yeah. Okay. So then for our paper, we have the question of how are characters a reflection of place and time? And in our poems, we have defined that there are white characters and black characters, and our authors have shown those characters in 2 different ways.
Mr. You used the wrong word. Need to be not capitalized on here.
Yeah. Miss Lee makes mistakes all the time. Yeah, I accept feedback. Thank you. I try not to make that mistake, but also I make that mistake. Okay. How are characters a reflection of place and time? So we have authors' names. We need to have McKay. Remember, we refer to authors by their last names, not their first names. We're not friends. Okay. And then we also have the information of the prompt. So they're talking about black and white people. That's answering the questions. And then we know of their place and time. We know that in both cases they're talking about 1920s, 1910s to 1920s. And we know that this is in America. Okay. So then we know that those are the things. So then how do we know that they're a reflection of place and time? So then what are the specific topics that McKay and Hughes are talking about in that place and time?
McKay?
Yeah, so how are they reflecting that place and time? How are they?
Which one was McKay?
McKay is the if we must die.
Oh, the white people is trying to kill you.
Okay, so then we want to summarize that, right? So he's choosing to talk about a time of maybe racial violence. That's what McKay is talking about. What is Hughes talking about?
To express ourselves.
Okay, so that's up to you, right? Self-expression. You might also say that it is pride in your culture, maybe cultural pride. Right? So then if I was to write this is just me specifically, right? I actually think both of them are talking somewhat about being proud and maybe cultural pride, or maybe about those things. So then I would summarize it. So then I would say maybe both McKay and Hughes show maybe tension. Tension means like you're feeling stress between
White people.
White and black people. So then that's what they're doing. In the 1910s to 1920s to maybe to express or maybe I'm going to say encourage. I think he's encouraging. Pride in Black culture. Okay, so this would be a fairly decent thesis. Of course, your first draft is never going to be perfect, so you got to go back and fix it up. So both McKay and Hughes, so now we have this one. We have our McKay and Hughes are here. We need what they choose. Their choice is that they show racial tension between white and black people in the night. And then the answer to the question is place and time, right? So we have the time here, and then we have the place is America. Maybe I have to put in America. I'm missing the America part. So then I have to go back in and add America, right? So then if I'm drafting it again, I'm going to add in what I was missing. I was missing America, which answers the prompt. And then maybe I don't want to say between white and black people. I can shorten it to racial tension. So both McKay and Hughes show racial tension in America in the 1910s and 1920s to encourage pride in Black culture. Now, this thesis is very good because it already starts comparing. They're both talking about being proud, different kinds of proud, right? But it's talking about that. So then what I would look for is in my paragraphs, once I've written my thesis, I go back to the paragraphs and clean it up. Your thesis is never going to nail all of your outline. So then you got to clean up bits. Maybe you have to replace a quote or two, do little adjustments, then you start writing. Okay? You don't have to have this part. Whatever you summarize, your author's choice, these can all be different things. Right? Okay. Notice that in this week, we are not putting a literary device in the thesis. You don't have to.
Okay.
You just got to get the prompt. The answer to the prompt is replacing literary devices. Okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Are you guys okay with that? I'm going to record this video and then put it on the YouTube channel, but I'm going to put this paper on the Padlet. Okay?